Hey, what's up guys? Woo! Welcome back to my channel. I thought I would film a vlog today because why the heck not? Don't know what exactly I'm going to vlog about, but some of you have said that you'd like to see more transparency about my life, so here I am trying to also, I feel like this is also like a way for me to kind of get re-inspired back into the YouTube game, because I don't know, like I want YouTube to feel more like a hobby rather than a job. And I think in my head I had all these ideas of like nursing videos I wanted to post, and it kind of seemed like a task to me, even though it really shouldn't be. But this is just how it all works in my head, and that is why maybe perhaps I just didn't post for a really long time. Anyway, it's like 2:15 right now. I'm currently getting ready just to go to the mall and go thrifting, because if you guys own iPhones, I don't know if you guys have heard, because I literally just heard not too long ago, but I guess since that whole what do you call that, scandal that Apple has been slowing down iPhones. Since that whole thing happened, they released like this whole thing how they're offering replacement batteries for $29. So I hopped in on that because my phone battery has been ridiculous. Like it's been sucking, and I know I use it quite often and I do charge it pretty often. I feel like I'm pretty diligent when it comes to new appliances. I don't like to leave them on the charger for too long. I like to fully use their cycle. I feel like I'm pretty tech healthy. So it took about 2 weeks for them to get my replacement battery, and they just called me like 30 minutes ago saying that it's in. So I'm just going to go and do that today, and I thought I would just bring you guys along. Maybe there's some stuff I could let you know about my life, more updates I guess on a personal level of what I've been up to since I started, because I feel like a lot of the things I've been able to do the past 6 months would not have been possible had I not started my job working as an RN. I literally just got back from Southern California. I just got back home, and here is my lovely suitcase. So cute. I'm pretty tired, but I feel like I have errands to do, so I guess I'll just be taking you guys along, and hopefully this is in freaking focus. I still don't know how to work this. Oh, maybe it shouldn't be in focus because my lashes are ridiculous, you guys. I know in my previous video I said something about how I was supposed to get a fill in a few days, but my lash esthetician ended up getting surgery, so she'll be out for a few weeks. So I'm kind of just like stuck with what I got for a few weeks, or for however long the recovery is going to be, which kind of sucks. I'm just kind of waiting for all of them to fall off, but they're getting so long to a point where it's just like they look crazy. A lot of you guys have been asking where I live, and I don't really want to disclose that information just because it is a pretty who lives there, like who the F lives there kind of town. And if you guys do reach out to me on Instagram, I've met quite a few of you who have for some reason you guys are like living around in the vicinity around me, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like, hey, what's up guys, like want to hang out, because we all live in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, it's bright outside. Can I show you guys something ridiculous? So I was gone for an entire week. No one in my house is home, so I left this here. It was obviously, it was standing up at the time, but I left it there because isn't the green, like the garbage truck, supposed to get it over the weekend? I mean, at least for us, it's on Monday morning. And I come back home and it's just laying on the ground like that, and it's just kind of like, okay, why isn't it empty? And also I tried to lift it up and I literally cannot. Like I am physically unable to lift this up because there's so much what would you call this? Like shrubbery in there, and fudge. I have mail to pick up too. I'll just get it later. So an update for me, you guys, is I got a new car. This is my lovely baby right here. This is my old car right here. It's a Nissan Frontier truck. The bed is quite messy right now. This is my lovely, lovely car that I've driven since high school. And one of the things that I've been able to do since I started working is finally buy myself a reliable, handy dandy car. This is a Lexus GX 460. It's white, and maybe I should show you guys like a bigger, nicer view of this baby. This is my baby. It is like a, what is this called? Pearl white, and I'm loving it so much. There's some bird poop in the back, but I feel like a lot of people would ask me, why drive a truck, Caitlin? Or like, you're such a little girl, why would you drive such a big car? And if you know where I'm from, I feel like people would understand that it's like a thing to drive big cars here. Obviously, if you are from the Bay, which is where I went to school in the Bay Area. All my friends are from the Bay. They all drive really nice, sporty cars. The way that I was raised and I grew up was in a very like travel-centric sort of family. We like to go camping. All I knew is when it came to finally buying my very, very first car that I could call my own, I wanted a white car. I don't know too much about cars, by the way. Disclaimer, I know nothing about cars. I'm not a car-heavy knowledge person. But all I wanted was a white SUV car that was a four-wheel drive so I could go drive into the mountains, because you can't drive into the mountains and go camping in a nice little Tesla, you know? My car is definitely not gas friendly. It's not, but I love how safe it feels, especially after driving this truck here for 7 or 8 years. I don't even know how long. Plus guys, okay, I still drive my truck, by the way. I basically am never really home that often. I'm home when I need to work, which is 3 days a week. So when I'm not home, I'm typically in the Bay Area, or I'm flying to Southern California to visit my boyfriend. And whenever I do fly to go visit, I like to take my truck to the Bay, park it in my old neighborhood where I used to live because my friends still live there, and then I just kind of leave it there, and it's still nice and safe. No one wants to mess with like a dinky, messed up little truck. But man, oh man, let me tell you, like a few weeks ago, I took it out, and what a mistake that was, because literally my tire blew on the freeway on the way back home. And I had to go to work that day. So basically I was driving home on the freeway from the Bay, that's like an hour, 2-hour drive. And my tire blew on the freeway. And you know what's sad? You know it's a sad thing when you're used to how like rickety your car drives that you don't think it's a big deal. Like I literally thought that maybe the road was like the moment my tire blew, my alignment on my car kind of like went a little wonky, and I was kind of like needing to steer it more to the left just so I could go straight. And you know, things like this have happened before, not gonna lie, with my truck, and it just kind of, it's something you kind of get used to after driving it. And I thought in my head, sorry, I'm sucking with this camera placement. I thought in my head, I was just kind of like, okay, like maybe the road is just really rickety right now. And I'm staring at the freeway, and I'm like, these streets look pretty smooth, so why is my car like it sounded like crazy, and it felt pretty crazy. Cars were driving past me, and I'm like, I can't even drive more than 50. And you know, my car is so old that they don't tell you when tire pressure is broken, or they don't tell you when things need to be like checked. So I kind of was just looking, and I looked to my right, and I noticed my right side mirror is completely discombobulated. Like it looks like the whatever just happened to my car made the the mirror move, and my mirrors aren't automatic. I mean, my mirrors aren't, you know, you gotta move them with your hands. So I was like, holy moly, I need to pull over. So I pull over, and it's just like my tire is donezo. Like, it completely was blown to pieces. I definitely had a pop tire before, but nothing like this, where I guess I was just unknowingly driving on it, because isn't that sad? Like, when it just seems like a normal thing for your car to do, like drive super rickety. It makes me that much more grateful that I am driving this beautiful car now. I'm in love with this baby. If you guys want to know what it's like living with a nursing salary, oh my gosh, guys, more money, more problems. Like, it's never been so real. I feel like I'm just broke all the time because I'm managing bills, mostly because like a good chunk of my paycheck goes to my loans. But now I have this car, which I didn't pay in cash, guys. It was kind of out of necessity that I needed to get this car, because when I got this car back in November, it was only because I had taken my truck into an oil change the same week I got this car. And when I took it to the oil change, the people basically gave me an entire list of things that were wrong with my car. Like, the tires needed to be changed, there's stuff going on with the engine. I was in a car accident a few years back, so the alignment was a little bit busted, and just like there were a lot of problems that it just seemed like the only solution for me was to buy a new car, because it was either, you know, that was always the plan, that I was going to get a new car eventually, but I didn't know it was going to happen so soon, because my truck up to that point had been so reliable since then. It has been through a lot, that's for sure, but it had been so reliable. Lo and behold, it just happened, and here I am paying a shit ton of money for a car payment, but honestly, I think it's worth it. This car is amazing, and it's reliable, and it's safe. That's the number one thing, because ever since then, every time I drive my truck, I've been put in unsafe situations, and it's just kind of like, what am I doing still driving my truck? I've been realizing, I feel like I'm a little bit of the oddball of the nursing community here on YouTube, because let me tell you why. All these people are posting about their 4.0 GPAs and about their straight A's and how they excelled in school and all this stuff. And you know, I feel like I'm here to talk to all the oddballs out there and let you know that I got mediocre ass grades in nursing school. Maybe I shouldn't curse on this channel. When I say nursing school, I also mean like my prerequisites. You know how they say you need like a 3.8, straight A's, 4.0 sort of resume just to even be considered for the program? I didn't have that. I'm here to be proof. I'm here to be the living hope that you can do it even if you messed up in college because you didn't know what the heck you wanted to do, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I think I want to do nursing, but then your grades are all messed up and you're like, I can't get into nursing school because I messed up. If you guys didn't know, anatomy, I got a C. Microbiology, I believe I was taking it at a time where I was super stressed out as a freshman, so I got like I think I failed that class. I got maybe a C minus. I don't know, but it was pretty bad. And then chemistry was also bad. I might have gotten a C or a D. So both of those classes I had to retake. Obviously, it's not like they're gonna put some hooligan like me in nursing school. But I did retake microbiology. And I retook chemistry because you need chemistry in order to even get into physiology. And I believe by the time I retook it, which was a few years later, I was, you know, smart enough to not mess it up the second time around. But regardless, I don't think I got an A in those classes. I'm pretty sure I got B's. Maybe I got an, oh, I remember, I got an A in microbiology. I actually quite enjoyed it. I, at one point, was like, if nursing doesn't work out, maybe I could be a clinical lab scientist. Like, no. Obviously, grades are important. I'm not saying they're not important. And if anything, I don't know if this is like sad to say, but my best classes have always been, like my best subject has always been math. Math is math, and I feel like math always made sense to me. There's something so logistical about math that I can get every single time, and it's like the easiest thing for me, which is very odd because I feel like when it comes to a lot of my classmates and a lot of people online, they always complain about math, and they don't want to take the statistics class. They don't want to, I don't know, like math really stresses people out, and math was always my best subject. So I'm not here to preach to you guys C's get degrees, but in my case, I feel like C's got degrees. A lot of people may argue that I paid for my education. Like if you had the money, or if you were willing to get the loans, take out the loans to get into a nursing program, you'll get your degree in maybe a sketchy kind of way. Like a lot of people would say that, and even I kind of was feeling some type of way, especially when I did my LVN first, okay? I felt very sketched out because I was like, like, fudge, I am paying to take out a limb and give my first child to the loans of Sally Mae just to get my degree in nursing. But in the end, an education is an education, and people on the boards who do these interviews and work at these hospitals that do the hiring process have told me that once you get your RN license, like once you pass the NCLEX, you are just as adequate and efficient enough to work as anybody else. Alright guys, my camera decided to die. Both my batteries decided to not be working during that car ride. So I basically just went home, put my charger, my battery charger from my camera in the plug, and I was like, I should just go to the gym and then come back. So this is what I'm working with right now. Hopefully this is enough juice to last the rest of the video. But from where I left off before, I feel like nursing is just much more than a 4.0. Don't mind this mess over here. I literally just put that there. That's like all my laundry. I could go on and on more about my experience not getting the best grades but still passing in nursing and still getting a good job and still, you know, succeeding, if you may say so. I definitely don't think I'm the best example, but I do believe that my story and how I got to where I am today is definitely something worth listening to. At least I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but when I think back to what I've been through in my whole school career, I can't help but feel so proud of what I've done. And despite feeling when I was in the process, like when I was realizing the only way I could become a nurse was really essentially going into the LVN program and then doing the LVN to RN bridge, and then where I am right now, I'm doing the RN to BSN online. It's like during the process of becoming an RN, I definitely felt like I was a failure. Like I was just kind of like, wow, I could have been done by now. I've been in school for 5 years and I only have my associates. My cousins, you know, they're in school, they went to school for 4 years and they have their bachelors, and it's just like, it's hard to not feel like a disappointment, especially when your path isn't set out the way that you thought it was going to go. Nonetheless, this journey has made me realize that more than ever, everything happens for a reason. If it had not been for the path that I have gone, for example, I wouldn't have met the people I met. I wouldn't have gone through the experiences that I went through because I was put into the situations that I was in. And I could totally have so many story times on stuff with nursing school and like being in the LVN program and so depressed and stressed the F out during the LVN program. And it's like such a, like, it was such a 180 when I finally was in the LVN to RN bridge, and I felt like the way my cadence was towards a class was just so chill. Like, you have no idea how nonchalant my mentality was after I had finished the LVN program and was in the LVN to RN program. I don't know how to explain it, but I just, yeah, okay, I am totally going off into a tangent. I need to go shower, eat dinner, and clean my freaking room. But let me know if you like these types of videos, if you want more vlogs of me talking about my experiences and just kind of getting to know you guys more in a transparent level. This kind of was exciting for me to do. So hopefully you guys can give me some more topics to talk about. Maybe I can expand on anything that I mentioned in this video. Just leave it in the comments below or send me a direct message on Instagram. My Instagram is @KatiePie. And yeah, thanks again for all of you watching. I hope you're having a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.